Donald Trump has undermined to absolutely crush North Korea with flame and fierceness should it cross some uncertain tripwire. By being unclear about where the tripwire lies, Trump appears to trust that his danger, combined with harsher monetary approvals, will compel Kim Jong Un to down. Be that as it may, the polar opposite appears to have happened. Rather, a war of words has broken out amongst Trump and Kim. This underscores the perils that emerge when there are no certain arrangement rules about what conditions constitute a danger to peace and can prompt war. It likewise reveals to us what may happen when every pioneer plays a crazy person system, putting on a show to be a psycho to actuate his enemy to yield. Diversion scholars, for example, Thomas Schelling, have called attention to that the psycho methodology can now and again comes about. It is proportionate to tossing the directing wheel out the window of your auto, in sight of your foe, when playing a session of chicken, demonstrating that you are not going to have the capacity to swerve, so your enemy must do as such to maintain a strategic distance from a head-on crash. Unmistakably, chicken is a hazardous amusement. From one perspective, calamity may strike if the two players stay with the crazy person procedure of making irreversible duties. The individual condemnations and dangers that Trump and Kim have flung at each other may in the long run be adequate to make one of them heighten to atomic war. On the off chance that their posing turns out to be genuine, this present system's rationale prompts shared fiasco. In any case, every player fears that it might lose, as a matter of fact, in a less expensive manner than a friction atomic assault, in the event that it throws in the towel by venturing far from the atomic edge, in this way undermining its future validity. Every need to win the showdown, constraining the other to lose by throwing in the towel. This may end with the two players declining to down and, thus, smashing. So what should be possible? One alternative is to proceed with pretty much as seems to be, acting with the expectation that it won't prompt atomic war. A moment is to be unequivocal about what tripwire may prompt an atomic encounter. A third is to make a remotely detectable splendid line to console North Korea, and maybe different foes, that there will be no acceleration unless something untoward happens. Trump has been tenaciously vague, at times conflicting, about what may lead him to decimate North Korea. Kim has been conflicting, as well. This could make genuine issues should strains keep on rising because of their raving. Indeed, even before creating atomic weapons, North Korea was a provocateur in some terrible military episodes with the United States, however none swelled into a noteworthy military showdown. On the off chance that North Korea launched a hard and fast military hostile, utilizing just ordinary weapons, against South Korea and U.S. powers positioned there, the harm perpetrated would be repulsive, yet depending on U.S. air and maritime power would without a doubt empower South Korea to repulse such an assault. The issue is that North Korea could release its atomic weapons if all else fails. In view of that, the United States may appropriate this assault by utilizing its own particular atomic weapons to constrain harm to its own powers. On the other hand, each side may illuminate the conditions that would incite an atomic assault, making the tripwire greatly clear. Generally, that approach has undergirded the strategy of shared guaranteed annihilation, or MAD, the predominant atomic convention since the flare-up of the Cold War. At present, no less than one tripwire is clear: the United States has guaranteed monstrous countering should an atomic assault be identified, even before it hits U.S. region. A few examiners guarantee that MAD forestalled atomic war between the superpowers, despite the fact that it didn't keep a few non-atomic intermediary wars, upheld by each side, somewhere else. The way that none of the 7 nations that have procured atomic weapons since the 1950s have utilized them, even between such adversaries as India and Pakistan, would appear to approve MAD. In any case, this is a far from being obviously true claim. The world has seen a few near calamities, including mischances and a minute-ago choices not to dispatch atomic weapons. We may simply have been fortunate up until now. An option may be for the United States to draw a brilliant line, requiring undeniable data that an atomic assault has happened, before atomic weapons would be utilized. Such an arrangement of no first use, or NFU, of atomic weapons has for quite some time been supported by numerous unmistakable government authorities and remote approach examiners, both amid and after the Cold War. Certainly, this may undermine U.S. capacity to react to an inevitable atomic assault, including from a noteworthy power like Russia. But since it would so be able to capably strike back, particularly from its generally safe atomic-furnished submarine power, the United States could believably guarantee to counter, even against a gigantic first strike, with obliterating power. Furthermore, North Korea is probably not going to have the capacity to hit the mainland United States with atomic weapons. Indeed, it may strike defenseless focuses in South Korea, Japan or the Pacific District, however it would do as such knowing it could be totally obliterated in kind. Regardless of the possibility that North Korea could infiltrate U.S. against rocket barriers, its pioneers would need to fear the limitless harm and devastation from the U.S. reaction. It is unfathomable that a North Korean sneak atomic assault could wipe out the U.S. capacity to strike back. It's actual that a U.S. no-first-use arrangement may send North Korea the wrong flag, giving Kim a chance to trust that the U.S. does not have the will to strike back. Nor would such a strategy instigate North Korea to give up its atomic weapons, which it asserts as an obstruction against a South Korean or U.S. assault on its domain. Then again, a NFU approach may relieve North Korea's dread of impending assault, consoling Kim that atomic assault would come just in the event that he struck first. What's more, it may make the two sides more averse to surge hurriedly into an ordinary assault that may grow into atomic war. The rationale of NFU has been perceived by three atomic states, China, India, and Israel. Every ha showed, though with a few capabilities, that it would not be the first to utilize atomic weapons in struggle. In the event that the United States pronounced a NFU strategy, that may well prompt other atomic states to embrace one also. Such a domino impact may even convince North Korea that utilizing atomic weapons would debilitate its exceptionally presence. Assuming an ever-increasing number of atomic states received NFU approaches, the world may oust the risk of atomic war, bringing another worldwide harmony. No first use won't keep every single traditional war between states, yet those have turned out to be less and less ruinous throughout the years in any case. Damaging common wars are an alternate story. In any case, now, out of the blue, proclaiming the NFU strategy may stop a little threatening nation from utilizing atomic weapons. Stephen J. Brams is teacher of legislative issues at New York University and co-creator, with D. Mark Kilgore, of Amusement Theory and National Security, Wiley, 1991.